Hello, everyone. Grover Cleveland, President of Canada here. You're watching Ink the Book Show, the show that when you play it backwards, tells you where to find buried treasure. You can follow Ryan O'Connor at Wrangleshank on Instagram, on TikTok, and on Twitter. And if you like his work on the Bonehead comic, you can also watch his Bonehead cartoon. The link to these things and more can be found in the description. Furthermore, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to all things Wrangleshank and all things Ink the Book. Thank you.
It's time for Ink the Book Show with your host, Ryan O'Connor. And now, let's ink the book. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ink the Book Show. Sans book. I'm taking a few days off from inking the actual book to catch up on drawing the last remaining pages, which is me redoing the last remaining pages. So this week I'm going to be doing sketchbook drawings and coloring and inking those. What did I do yesterday? I did this piece of toast yesterday, and today I'm doing another piece of food that is a coincidence, but maybe I'll keep that up because I want to do other like fruits and things, I think. I also have this drawing of this ape woman, but I figured I've drawn ape women before in this batch of sketchbooks that I've been doing over the past few years. But I don't think I've done a banana guy. So I'm going to do a banana guy. How do you like that? Let's see. Okay. My dad was just texting me about every time I send an invite, I guess my nieces or nephews are over there, which must mean that my nieces and nephews must be at my parents' house every single day because I send the link every single day. Okay. So we've got this panicked banana. Maybe he's afraid of being eaten. Maybe he's constipated. I don't know. I just draw this stuff. I'm not a psychologist. I don't know what's going on in my jacked up noggin. Who's to say this is even jacked up? Maybe this is normal. And normal stuff is the crazy stuff. Huh? You ever think of that? Maybe normal is insane and insane stuff is normal? That's probably true. Okay. He's got these lumpy teeth, which are kind of Simpsons-y. But these are a little longer and odd. I do these like long moundy teeth sometimes. That is kind of inspired by Bill Ray, who worked on Ren and Stimpy, and he did some Mad Magazine. He worked on Mad Magazine for a long time. He's one of my favorite artists. If you see the comics that he did called Big Blown Baby, or the strip Monroe in Mad Magazine, you'll probably see what I'm talking about. Mine aren't as exaggerated and wild, at least here, as his would be. Okay, so he's got spit flying out of his mouth. Maybe I'll ink this ape woman tomorrow. Maybe I should draw something from scratch on camera. I haven't been doing that. I've been drawing it beforehand. The reason for that is just I don't want to suddenly get like a mental block trying to come up with something on camera. Though that's probably, it's probably not worth fretting over. Maybe I'll color this guy and I'll draw something from scratch. Here's his leg. So this is how I do all my sketchbook posts that I do on Instagram and Twitter. I just doodle whatever comes to mind in my sketchbook. I ink it with these Copic multi-liners or something like it. Oh, hey, what, love? I'm doing well. How is it that you are? And then I always color it with Prismacolor markers. Sometimes I do watercolor. Let's see, though. Do I want to use Sunburst Yellow? That sounds like a pretty promising yellow. It might be too bright. I'm going for it. But I'm also going to have a cream. What love's doing good. Good. That makes me happy. Well, see, I don't like these sketchbooks as much as the ones I normally buy. This was a gift, I'm pretty sure. And when I erase on it, it takes some of the ink up with it a lot of times. I'm going to go back over that. Not always, but it does do it a lot. Do you want a banana? Peel it down and go mm-mm-mm-mm. Oops. Okay, so here's a banana. I'm going to give him some shadows for like his background leg. So it puts it behind his body. Same with the arm, the far arm. Okay. He said, gosh, with yellow, it's horrible. Like it mixes with the black and ruined my yellow pencil. Oh, dang. I hated this. Trying to think. I feel like yeah, sometimes that happens with my markers too. It's like it drags the ink with it and makes it all muddy. And I try to be cautious of it. Like when I see it starting to happen, I try to go lighter because these are very like wet markers. So you don't want to. Sometimes I don't know if it's just the ink is too fresh from the pen, or sometimes even the liquid of the marker will just do that anyway. It seems like. I think usually in thicker black areas, it'll be more likely to do that. But yeah, I hate when that happens. And today's been a lazy day. I have not wanted to do anything. But I did do a lot of reading today. I read a bunch of the Psalms in the Bible. I finished. It's like I think Psalms is broken up into 4 books, and I think I finished up book 3 of that today. And then I read a chunk of this book by J.P. Moreland that I'm reading, and I read a chunk of Beyond Order by Jordan Peterson. And I read a little bit of this book by this goofy book called The Time Machine Did It by John Swartzwelder, who wrote 59 episodes of The Simpsons. So I'm trying to read everything at once because I'm impatient or something. No, because I buy all these books and then they just sit in a stack, not getting read, or like waiting for me to read them. And so I'm trying to read like chunks of each every day, and then that gets my reading list down. But it's working. I feel like I'm getting through them all pretty quickly that way. Let's see. So that's the cream. This is Starburst Yellow. know what? I think I'm gonna do, before I get too far ahead with that, I'm gonna do like a shadow color too. What's a good shadow for this? Burnt ochre, maybe. A little underneath his eye here, like his eye is coming off his head. Oops. That's a little too much, but okay. And now I'm gonna reconcile the two, the light shade and the dark shade, by putting this medium ground guy in here. Oh, that black yellow thing, that even happened. Well, it's very slight. It happened on this eye right here. Like, I feel like I noticed it more in the scan. It doesn't look that bad. It's barely noticeable, I guess. But yeah, when I see it starting to happen, I try to like ease off. Once in a while with these markers, because they're wet, some of them blend a little better than others. Sometimes I can kind of like dissolve the black that gets in there. I feel like it's starting to happen a little bit here. I'm not sure. He said, did you ever want to study to become a writer illustrator to make your own books? I guess I think that's kind of always been an option in the back of my head, to just make my own books. So that's why I'm doing Bonehead. And like I've always had like a desire to tell stories and make up characters ever since I was a little kid. So, but when I went to school, I was more interested in animation, and I wanted to like have a TV show someday. And while I would still love to do animated cartoons, it's a lot more time consuming, and it's like something I'm realizing is like a graphic novel. Maybe it'll still be time consuming, but I can certainly do it all by myself. So I am more interested in doing books right now. I think if I do another graphic novel, I don't think it'll be as long as this one, the Bonehead one, which is somewhere right around 250 pages. I think I would be a little more what's the word? I'd dial it back a bit. I would try to tell a smaller story. Though I will say that I anticipated this book only being about 200 pages, and it just kind of I did a 100-page script, and I think originally it was a 113-page script, and I chopped it into a 100-page script, figuring that the comic would come to about 200 pages to make I figured a 100-page script would make a 200-page graphic novel, but it did get beefier than that. So this is Warm Gray 40. I want to do some shade on this. There's Warm Gray 70. Do I have something in between? I usually have all my grays in order, so I can just grab what I'm looking for. Another Warm Gray 40? What the heck is the matter with them? They're all disoriented right now. French Gray 40. Cool Gray 60. Dang it. Okay, well, I'm going to do this Warm Gray 70. See, that's a big jump. But it might be interesting to do like a little chapter book and do spot illustrations in it. That I could do. I imagine I could do pretty quickly, you know. But I like the idea of doing comics a little more. Like picture books isn't ambitious enough for me, I feel like. But comics, I feel like I could keep doing comics. I think that would be the most satisfying to me. I just realized I didn't read this. If you become a millionaire tomorrow, what's the first thing you want to do? Oh, I would start an animation company. Yeah, I would start an animation company and try and get a series of animations off the ground. It might look something like a Bonehead cartoon show, or some other character. There's this group of characters I want to do something with. They're like circus people, which I assume is going to be a graphic novel someday. It's a traveling circus. Let's see, I can't see these colors in the shadows. But I would definitely try and try and hire some animators and stuff and get a production started. That would be one of the first things I do. This green is a little deeper than I was expecting it to be. I think I'm going to lighten that up also with my handy dandy cream. What about you? I wonder if it's not too intrusive or personal to ask you. Like, I don't know how anonymous you or some people intend to be, but if you became a millionaire tomorrow, what would you do? I'm curious. What love? When people ask me questions like that, I always assume that they've got their own answer worked out for it. Let's see. Gonna do the inside of his mouth. Not that. Not that. I thought it was. I keep thinking I'm grabbing different colors than I am. Where are my inside mouth colors? I'm not seeing them. Here they are. What it is the lights on him kind of funny. He said you would save until you're done with your studies or spend a bit of money during summer trips, but mostly save. Save for what? What are you saving it for? To finance a meth lab. Probably, knowing you. No, I'm just kidding. I've just been rewatching Breaking Bad. Let's see, I'm going to go the Tim Jacobus route and give him some red Converse. I usually go with black Converse, or like a dark gray color for them, but where's a good color? My lighting is really playing tricks on my eyes. I like this one, I think. You said, then spend, because I'll have a great career, give some money to my family. Oh, my family ain't getting jack from me. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, man. I would definitely be spending money on trips with my family too, I think. Man, this was a real bleedy marker. I need a pink for his tongue. Sometimes I throw unnecessary L's into words because I don't know, part of my brain thinks that's funny, but I think sometimes I sound stupid for doing that. Maybe like buy my dream apartment or car. Yeah, that would be cool to get my own dang place. Not that I don't love my roommates, but you know. As far as cars, I would probably still drive like a pretty modest car. I'm not very into cars. At least I would have a car that I don't know. My car right now always makes me nervous because early on, when I got it 7 years ago, uh, its transmission died on me, and it was covered by the warranty, so I didn't have to spend a penny on it. They fixed it, but then I found out, like I guess that's a common problem with my car, that they have their transmission gets worn out real fast, and and that was like maybe 5 years. No, yeah, maybe 5 years ago, and I'm always afraid that it's gonna just drop dead on me any day. But I mean, aside from that happening, what 5 or 6 years ago, uh, yeah, I think it was like 6 years ago. I've had it for 7 years. I haven't had really any tragic issues with it, so maybe I'm just worried for nothing. And I should say I haven't had any issues that weren't my own dang fault. Let's see, shoes. French grade 10. I might go with the handy dandy cream again for these. With a touch of French gray 10%. And my other handy dandy cloud blue for some little shadows. Underside of his tongue. Maybe a little bit on his face, though I don't want to muddy up his face too much. Oh yeah, and then the shadow on the ground. This is usually the color I use. Cloud blue. Eraser. There it is. You said, but not a Ferrari, because a useful car, or not a Ferrari, like a useful car, because in Canada, it's not very smart having expensive cars because half the year there's snow. That's Yeah, it's true. Like, well, I can admire uh, fancy pants cars like that enough. I uh, I don't think I just don't see myself in one. I would not be too tempted to get a nice, hot, sexy car like that. Okay, here's Mr. Banana Man. Oh, I was also gonna do on his spittle. Yeah. All right. You said they put salt, small rocks, and sand not to slide on the road, and that would damage the cars. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm here in like the suburbs of Chicago, and it's probably not as um, long a duration of a winter as you might get, but it's got to be kind of comparable. I feel like winter lasts forever, and like yeah, I feel like while I see nice cars like that around, it's probably not the best place to own one here either. Anyway, that's going to be today's drawing. And ooh, ooh. And then I'm going to start working on Bonehead now. So I'll be writing a little bit. I have to draw a little bit. I lost my next note card that I had drawn. I had, I'm pretty certain I had a page 202, take 2 note card drawn out. But I got to find out. Looking very fancy. I try to look nice for the show sometimes. Arbitrarily. I just feel like it's part of the presentation. That bed behind me is also part of the presentation. So, I don't know. Duds. Anyway, this has been Ink the Book Show. Thank you, What Love, for coming on through. I'll be back tomorrow, probably at a similar time, doing a similar thing. And I always get like brain dead at the end of these streams, and I don't know what to say, even though I usually kind of say the same thing every time. So this has been Ink the Book Show. I'm Ryan O'Connor saying goodbye. Goodbye. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, click some links in the description that will show up on Twitch momentarily, and watch some other videos. slap the bell, eat the burrito, kiss your mother, and don't count your chickens before they are no longer chickens. Goodbye. Bye, everybody.